Influencing others is the most complex and dynamic aspect of leadership. In fact, I think it's the most challenging part of being a leader. So for the sake of our leadership lessons, let's say influence is the ability to compel people into action. I want you to forget everything you know about leadership styles, clear your mind, and close your eyes. I'm going to give you a quick cursory lesson into game theory and effects-based operation. So the use of game theory is going to help us create strategies to deal with each and every one of our team members and our team as a whole. Our team members have given us behavioral patterns based on past projects. So we're going to use that information and exploit it to our best ability with the intent of shaping and influencing cooperative actions within the group to complete a project. All you're doing is taking a little bit extra time before you start a task,
and you come up with a personal strategy to position your people in the best possible way to get the best possible results based on their previous action. On the other hand, effects-based operations, or EBO, is a strategic military concept used to develop a series of tactical actions in order to accomplish a desired outcome, or in this case, a desired effect. So in EBO, we understand that the opponent has a cog, or center of gravity. And in this case, we're talking about our team members or our entire team. Center of gravity, or cog, is the team members' philosophical approach or their regular predictive behavior when it comes to their values, actions, abilities, and even decision making. Each step toward the desired outcome is an effect, often spoken by explaining the first, second, or third order of effect. So we use the information we got from their cog while we're employing the strategy when planning projects. So we have this information and we use the effects-based operations to predict and plan the best possible strategy to employ our team. In other words, we're going to set some things in action to have them hit a first order of effect, a second order of effect, third order of effect, all the way toward mission accomplishment. So we will exploit these concepts to get an edge on influencing the behavior of our team members. Let's casually understand how these concepts work in a game of pool. You have to start the game by hitting the cue ball with a cue stick toward a rack of colored and striped balls with an 8 ball in the center. When we hit the cue ball, we send it on a direct path to collide with another ball. This path is a causal linkage between our first deliberate action, which is hitting the ball with the cue stick, which causes a collision into another ball. The collision of the cue ball is at the ball at the end of its path, or its first order of effect, because our plan was to strike the cue ball with optimal speed and velocity into the next ball with the intent of reaching the objective, which is the pocket. Now, there's plenty of opportunity to mess this situation up. In fact, it is more common to miscalculate our actions in this situation than to get it correct. For instance, we could strike the cue ball too hard, which may cause a collision to go out of control. We can hit the ball too soft, which would cause the collision to be too weak to reach the pocket. We could miscalculate our angle when we're actually hitting the cue ball. There are countless ways we can screw this up. And actually, this is exactly how we treat the people we lead. We miscalculate ways to get them into action instead of using a strategy that is precise and aimed at getting the best possible solid reaction from the team and team members to accomplish a mission. Now, the use of game theory in all of this is that I'm going to encourage you to develop a good and productive relationship with all your team members. This means you're going to have to counsel your team members often and know them. You also need to set clear standards, establish policies for negative and unwanted behavior, and incentives for being a good team member. Promote a culture that gets people motivated to perform for the organization and a greater good. Hard work, right? It can be if you set a poor example. First, you must lead by example, and this will definitely influence performance. Also, when you spend time with each one of your team members, they will understand how much you care about them, and it will establish strong bonds of trust and respect. In doing this, they will provide predictive behavior. On the other hand, you need to provide predictive behavior so they know what the expectations are, what the ramifications are, and how to achieve peak performance. So by reshaping the team's attitude in this way, your rational team members' actions and decisions will become more predictable to you, and it will enable you to set in motion influencing actions to accomplish the next mission. The ability to influence is a delicate and precise skill, which requires finding the sweet spot on how we seduce our team members with emotions and motivations to get them to act in the best interest of the organization.